I am so glad we got out early before this downpour. That was a lot of rain. So, as you can probably tell from the title and the images that you're seeing now, we had a rainy day this last weekend for Labor Day. So, I had taken my nephews out. We wanted to get out early on Sunday to try and beat this rain, which it correctly said it would hit at lunchtime. So, wait, let me take you back to what we found earlier in the day.
Just give me one and I'll bring it back. Your bin.
Yeah, this one's in the jackpot, right?
I'll take this big one and I'll bring it back.
Which one?
There you go.
Just be careful with everything, guys, and
He-Man stuff?
ask. I don't know, maybe.
Okay, He-Man and
We'll see.
Skeletor's in there. Skeletor. I think it's the full Skeletor.
You have a skateboard permit there, right?
Yeah, I have.
I know I've asked you before. You said, yeah, it's somewhere.
Oh my god.
You're looking for the skateboard?
I buy the company. Not in that time.
So we get across the bridge. It's about 10:30 in the morning, and we head over to Eric R's house first because he was having another yard sale. You may recall his house and this stuff from a Flea Market Adventures episode that I did in late spring, early summer. And this is the second time I've been here, and both times I have not been disappointed when I left. You know, He-Man, Thundercats, G.I. Joe, Transformers, you know, like 70s, 80s, 90s toys and video games, he's got it. And this is like doubles and triples stuff, so he's always making great deals, and it's always a pleasure to go check out his garage sales. And this time I took Bowen and Ren with me, and they had a really good time too, and they bought quite a few G.I. Joes. They were very happy to meet this guy. Yes, I didn't even go through the bag. I just saw the changeables. So we tried to hit a few spots. We got back into town and we were checking out White Crow. They have antiques and toys, video games, furniture, you know, all kinds of collectibles for the house. And when we came out, it was pouring. And you can see here, just getting back to the car, it was, you know, we got soaked, and then poor Ren fell in a puddle. But again, we had a great day. So this was stop number 2, and then we headed over to Rover and Daisy's, which is kind of like a novelty convenience store. And they've just gotten into Star Wars and Ninja Turtle figures. They've got some Garbage Pail Kids, some other 70s and 80s collectibles. They've always had cool stuff on the ceilings, but now they're getting into selling some figures. So they have Star Wars figures, $8 each. It doesn't matter what characters these are. These are some 70s, late 70s Kenners. These are some 1980s Taiwanese KOs, and then we have some Ninja Turtles and a few vehicles. And you know, we picked up a few things here. And just looking back at the footage, I'm going to go back for Rat King for sure, and maybe that Splinter. I know $7 is a little high for single Ninja Turtles, especially without their accessories. But, you know, this is in a store, so they got to make a couple of bucks on what they pick up. And then these were 1994, I believe. I think they're reboots or redos of those Star Wars miniatures. I may have mentioned them in a certain obscure toy line series. Pretty cool. I know Ren wanted them, but 30 bucks a piece, a little too pricey for us. I also wanted to mention, guys, I don't think I put in any videos because, you know, I didn't really do a lot of videos in the summer, but we actually had a yard sale, Dallas and I, and we did pretty good. You know, like, I don't know how much you're supposed to make from a yard sale because I never had a yard sale before, But this was almost as much as the toy and video game expo that I did. Like, we did pretty close to $1,000 one day, and this is just, you know, like a couple of quick clips of all the stuff that we had for sale. Beautiful day in July, and like I said, like, we did fairly well. And I did the same. I sold doubles and triples of games and some toys. And of course, guys, you know how I like to end my videos, the obligatory look at all the cool stuff I bought in the last 2 weeks. I've been getting into the habit of just piling up the stuff that I need to get back on videos. Things that I really want to play or display, I'll put up right away, no hesitation, but things that I want to show in videos now, they kind of stay on the side. And you know, I'm trying to stick to my one video a week. So these are some G1 issues from Walmart that I recently picked up. I do have a few G1s of Devastator, some of the Constructicons, but not enough to actually put Devastator together. And for, you know, it was $100, but I've always wanted it. I bought it. You know, if it's not for you, that's fine, but I really wanted this in my collection. So, you know, the graphics on the box are beautiful. I'm keeping the box, which is something I don't really do anymore. And, you know, it just gave me that good 1980s going into Bonnie Mart Zellers kind of feeling. So, you know, he's going to get put on the Transformer shelf. And, of course, I had to pick up Hot Rod. Hot Rod was a lot cheaper. I think he was 29 bucks. And a really easy transform from what I remember. He's going to go up on the shelf as well. Yes, I would rather have the real G1, but, you know, these look great. And like I said, I'm going to keep the box. Try and keep them in piles of what day or what yard sale or flea market I got them from. So I'm going to start off with a pretty cool box set of Goosebumps, and it even says that it's now a major motion picture. So this is like the Jack Black Goosebumps, and I guess they have the novels of most of the creatures that would come into the movie. So Please Don't Feed the Vampires, Abominable Snowman, Attack of the Graveyard Ghouls, The Blob, Night of the Living Dummy 2 and 3, Let's Get Invisible, The Shocker on Shock Street, The Blob That Ate Everyone, The Ghost Next Door, I think I mentioned that one. $5, you know, pretty cool. I'm probably going to give that to a student. I also picked up these rather nice, they're actually pretty thick beer glasses here, $1 each, so I grabbed a 4-pack of them. The Best of CCR for 25 cents. Can't go wrong. $3 for Mario vs. Donkey Kong on the DS. $2 for Movie Maker. It comes with some audio clips, and it's got the clapper at the top. Clapper, clacker, whatever it is. I wanted it. Looked pretty cool. I'm a phys ed teacher now, but I did teach computers in the past, and if I ever go back to it, you know, it still might be relevant and something useful for the children. SpongeBob clock for Arkham Doodle. I think it was $1. This one here was a good buy. I saw the plastic bag and I saw a little bit of the black Wii sticking out. I don't have the black Wii, and I saw the gold Wii controller. I don't think it's called the Pro controller, but you know what I mean. I saw those two sticking out. So I asked the woman, I'm like, how much do you want for the Wii? And she's like, I don't know, shoot me a price. Usually that means that they have a set price, and I was quiet for a second. She's like, how about $5? So all the wires, the controller, the Wii sensor, the black Wii, which I'll keep, and a Nintendo GameCube Wavebird. So that was really worth it for $5. I also grabbed a Walkman. You know, I guess because of Guardians of the Galaxy, these have been really popular again. So I picked this up for my nephew. I know he wanted one, so he's got to come to the house and tell me he saw the video if he wants to claim it. A couple of plushies. Harley Quinn and the Jared Leto Joker, you know, $1 each. Arkham seems to like them. Grabbed a copy of The Giving Tree just because it's a really nice story and it's something that I wanted to share with Arkham. I had a copy somewhere, I don't know where it went, and for $0.25, why not? Oh, here's my adapter for the Wavebird, I can't lose that. The steel cage for the wrestling ring, a WWE wrestling ring. And if you're noticing that it seems like I'm talking with my hands and maybe it feels like it doesn't match up, or maybe it's just me, that's because the audio wasn't good, so I'm redoing the audio right now. This is Star Wars Science, a nice little book on building lightsabers with 8 different colors. You can illuminate your room or build your own little lightsaber. A cool little thing to have. $5. I'm probably going to gift this out to one of the students sometime during the year as an incentive. Something that I'm seeing more and more at yard sales and flea markets is just, you know, like the grab bag. So this was a big Ziploc bag full of a bunch of different figures, again for $5. A former student of mine, so you know, paying $5 for it was not a big deal. Plus there was a few figures in there that if I had grabbed a handful I probably would have wound up paying $5 anyway. So that little Deadpool from the Wolverine movie, I thought it'd be funny to have him on the shelf. Baymax, a big dragon, a couple of more X-Men, not just X-Men, Marvel characters that I wanted to keep for myself. Here I'm going through them. Again, my first run with the audio, I'd probably say a little something about each of them, but you know, I'm doing this for the second or third time today, so I'm just going through everything. There's a tech deck, rail and stair. I think the skateboard was in the bag too, but again, $5, you know, wasn't bad. And like I mentioned, it was a former student's yard sale with his parents, so you know, $5 is perfectly fine. They're just trying to make a couple of bucks for the summer. And I also bought a bunch of games and movies from a few other yard sales. So the 2 DS games, Mario and a Cooking Mama, were 50 cents each, plus it came with the case. Plus the Cooking Mamas, for some reason, on the online yard sale in my neck of the woods, they go for about $5 to $10, so I guess moms want to play it. And then all the PS4 games were $8 each. 2K16, WWE, Mass Effect, and Ramana for $1. You know, that's a good price. The Division, which is the game I'm playing currently on Xbox One. Battlefield 4. 2K15. Now here's a game I wanted to play. You know, for whatever reason, I just took an interest to it, but it was not in the case. You gotta check those cases, and it's hard to do when you got your baby in one hand and your yard selling in the other. So, you know, for $1 for the case, that's fine. God of War Collection, God of War Ascension, War of the North for Lord of the Rings. These are PS3 games. Heavenly Sword, a really fun game. I think this was one of the first PS3 games that I had played. The Blu-ray version of Advent Children for Final Fantasy VII comes with extra footage, new footage. Tony Hawk Pro Skater for the GameCube, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4. You know, I'm gonna probably pop this in and play it. This was, I guess, free because it was part of the $5 deal that was also thrown in, because I had asked, I said, are there any games? Do you have any games to go with this system? I was hoping for GameCube games too, and they just had the Mario. Then from my my buddy Gutty's yard sale, he's a big movie buff, so I bought a bunch of movies off him for $1 each. Spider-Man, RoboCop, you know, I'm at a loss for words, and I don't know why I'm saying redo, more like the reboot of RoboCop. I actually thought it was pretty good. Not as good as the original, but, you know, pretty good. Toxic Avenger, Citizen Toxie, George Romero's The Crazies, Clash of the Titans, I don't know where my copy went, so I picked one up. The Day, Boris Karloff's The Mummy, Slave of the Cannibal God, Grizzly Maze, Valerian. Valerian I wanted to see in theaters, we never got to it, so, you know, $1. Piranha, and it has the nice cardboard case with it, so I figured why not. I'll give it a watch again. A lot of my DVDs are buried somewhere in a box in the basement. Sleepwalkers, I missed the title of that one. Bone Tomahawk, oh, Invaders, and After Midnight, some good old 80s horror. And of course there is my WWE ring with the little spring action. And put my wrestlers in it. And then I'm just gonna pan around the room a little bit to show you guys what's going on. Like, as much work, like I can try and get like an hour or two, sometimes even 3 hours a week, and all the work that I put into it just feels like not a lot has been getting done. Like I was supposed to do a tag video for the SNES, and you know, I don't think I'm gonna get to that mark, but I really appreciate you tagging me. I tried putting them in alphabetical order. I was gonna do valuable order so I could do the tag video, but you know, I'm just trying to keep it clean right now, keep things off the floor. As I empty a box, I come back with a new box from the basement, and the cycle continues. So, you know, I got my Transformers up, a lot of my figures, a lot of the games that I want to display are on the wall. You know, it's just a hodgepodge of constantly going through things. And I do want to do an unboxing of Devastator and quickly putting them together. I don't know if anyone would be interested. Maybe let me know down in the comments if you'd like to see that. And then quickly again from the rainy day, this is the stuff that I did pick up. Some Wuzzles and a glowworm for the baby. Some of the transforming Ninja Turtles, which I think are awesome. I didn't transform Splinter in this video, but he does turn into the Turtle Wagon, which is actually the best looking one of the 4 of them. I thought was really cool. Again, thanks a lot, Eric. A couple of Ninja Turtles from the White Crow Antique, and not necessarily thrift, but that kind of store. Some more He-Man from Eric, and then one more the Rocksteady, and my 2 Star Wars figures from the late 70s and early 80s. Let me know if you know these guys' names, because I think they're pretty good Star Wars to have, and I might start collecting them if they're only a few dollars each. Oh yes, and the instructions for my turtles. So that's going to do it for this episode, guys. A yard sale score for this rainy day. Yard sale scores. Thanks a lot for watching. I really appreciate it, guys. If you liked the video, let me know down in the comment what pickup that you liked, or maybe something that you just picked up on the weekend. My phone is going off, so I have to text back Dallas. So I'll see you guys next week. Thanks a lot for watching.